Number 4. But the tenant promised. Really? They did? Come on. In business, you can't rely on promises. Things you are doing wrong as an inexperienced landlord. So, you want to be a landlord. You buy that home and you expect that rental income to come in from day one because you have a good agent like me who has been in the trenches when it comes to the rental market and takes responsibility of renting out your investment property when you buy it through me. And who am I? I'm Zoheb, aka Realtor on a Harley. And I'm going to be putting out 2 videos a week right here on my YouTube channel to bring as much value as I can to my audience. So consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel right here. So you bought a property. Sounds easy enough. You're a landlord, bought a home, made a few renovations and rented it out for more than the monthly mortgage payment. But did you think hard and deep about how you're going to manage this business of being a landlord? Really? Successfully managing your own investment properties requires the mindset of a business professional. Without experience, it can be easy to quickly lose money, time and sleep by making these common new landlord mistakes. Here's a few mistakes inexperienced landlords make. First, find out who the tenant is and run a quick background check. It is not worth rushing to get the deposit from a willing tenant just because you're anxious to have your property rented. Check the tenant's credentials first. Why don't you get a tenant information form or get your agent to make one for you? No harm in it. Send it to the tenant and have them fill it in. You might want to check their credit history of repayments and delinquent accounts. Hey, it's your house you're renting. You have every right to know. Just because it's not the norm doesn't mean it's right. Pay the money necessary to obtain a credit report. Take the time to verify references including employers and former landlords. Even if the tenant is desperate to move in and can make the deposit amount immediately, check out their background first. Don't allow yourself to feel rushed or pressured into making a potentially costly mistake. Number 2. Do your cash flow analysis. The property may not always be rented. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking that their outgoing mortgage due will hit their account and at the same time their rental incoming earning will too. Really? You can't just get into it thinking that the property will always be rented. It will inevitably go through some periods when the property might lie empty for a month or more, depending on how the market is and the location and the upkeep of your property. So don't risk potential foreclosures and financial ruin because you fail to do a simple cash flow analysis and maintain sufficient funds to cover the mortgage payments when renters are few and far between. Number 3, it's a property. It means maintenance, and maintenance costs money. Your money. You want to keep the tenants in the property. You want them to keep paying, and you also want them to pay higher rent at the turn of the tenancy period. So if cash flow is constant, a portion of it should sufficiently cover some maintenance costs that will inevitably arise. Hey, this is Dubai. Come summer, it doesn't hurt to have the AC serviced. Just imagine how good the tenants would feel if the AC is being cleaned and serviced every 6 to 8 months. It doesn't cost a lot, but it pays. Also, plan on having to pull money either out of the business or your own pocket in the event that you don't have the cash needed to make major one-time repairs such as repairing structural damage, replacing large appliances, etc. Number 4. But the tenant promised. Really? They did? Come on. In business, you can't rely on promises. For your own legal protection, it is essential that your tenants sign a lease agreement to reside in the property and ensure that they understand the terms of the contract. If you run into problems with your tenant, you will need written binding documentation, a lease, in order for the RDC, which is the official Rental Dispute Committee of the Dubai Land Department, to make a ruling. Knowing the law goes a long way. Number 5. Neglecting tenants. The homes you are renting out are your responsibility. If you do not do regular check-ins with your tenants and on the conditions of the property, you will have no one to blame but yourself if something goes wrong. However, make sure that you're not violating UAE's laws regarding tenant privacy before stopping by the property unannounced. You may have inadvertently given them the right to sue you or be released from the terms of the lease agreement. Number 6. Delaying an eviction. Not beginning eviction proceedings as soon as legally possible can be a very costly mistake. If you run into problems with a tenant and are unsure about your rights on how to proceed, contact the Dubai Land Department or the eviction authorities as soon as possible. Number 7. Not enforcing lease terms. If you outline that the late rent payments would incur a penalty, charge it. If you noted that no pets are allowed and your new tenant brings in pets, enforce the penalty. If your tenants realize that you are easygoing about the terms of the lease, they will likely follow suit. Set and enforce the standard you want to be upheld. Number 8. Not writing it down. It's essential that you keep your written documentation of interactions with your tenants in the event that you ever need to take them to court. Note phone conversations and keep copies of emails, voicemails, or text messages, etc., to be able to support your allegations. So here it is. If you are unsure about how to successfully start your career as a landlord, or fear that you may not have the time necessary to perform the job well, consider working with a professional property management company. Interview several companies, check out their backgrounds and references, and ensure that, like your tenants, you understand and agree to the terms of a contractual relationship. I'm Zoheb, aka Realtor on a Harley, and I'm going to be putting out 2 videos a week right here on my YouTube channel to bring as much value as I can to my audience. So consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel right here. Bye for now.